Alright, so here's a transformation guide for Soundwave from the Transformers animated series. So it's just him in robot mode, and he's got this little guitar thing that comes with him because Soundwave uses sound attacks. So yeah, start off with his head just kind of collapses into that hole right there in the back. Next, there we go. His little hands, they can collapse inside right there. On both arms, they're just straight down and in. Yep. With these tires right here, you fold them out like that. And then you can take these shoulder panels and just kind of start pushing them up like this. This weird chest panel he's got going on, it folds in two different ways. First, this panel, let's see. Okay, so this panel folds, and then the panel beneath it moves too. So what you need to do, you need to kind of get the whole thing to scoot down a little bit. You should hear like a pretty noticeable click when the bottom panel is scooted as far as it can. And then that secondary panel will fold open to make a nice flat spot. After you've gotten that done, these shoulder bits can move all the way to sit in into their home where they need to be for the car mode. So like that, they're all tucked up there now. Yeah. With his arms, gosh, what am I looking at here? So the way his arms work, let's see, okay, so there's like a little space between like the edging of like this car panel bit right there and then this car panel bit. And the way his arms work, you should be able to just kind of get him to squeeze up and just kind of sit a little snugger, a little more flush together. You need it to do that for the car mode, otherwise it won't quite squeeze together right. There we go. There's a bit better of a shot. So just kind of maneuver it a little bit. And there you go. Oops, I am getting ahead of myself. I had to pop these bits back out because I forgot that with his waist, you have to rotate his waist the whole way around so that like his feet are coming out backwards now. With his feet panels, what you want to do is they'll lift up like that, and then these like little kind of kneecap panels that he has, fold those like part way open, they twist. It was like this, and it just kind of twists open like that. So yeah, fold that part way open. And now what you can do with his feet, you can kind of do this rotatey trick where they were like this, and you just kind of spin it like that, and then fold it in. And now you can see you got this hood panel, this like hood and window and ceiling panel for the car, all kind of lining up with the back parts of the car. And at that point, you can take that little kneecap panel and fold it all the rest of the way so it lines up flush with the front of the car. And then do the same thing with this side. So toe panel, part way on kneecap panel. So rotate and then turn. So like that. And then kneecap panel, flush. And at this point, everything's pretty much ready to just start kind of squeezing. You'll just kind of want to line your stuff up so that it starts to look like a car, and then you just kind of start to pinch and squeeze it together. You're going to hear lots of little pops and clicks and snaps at this point. You shouldn't have to worry about breaking it. It is fairly durable. So just kind of just snug it and squeeze it around and keep kind of pressing till things feel good and flush. It really looks like a good solid car and you're not seeing a lot of gaps. And so here I am. In the car mode. And with this big guitar thing, it's got, oh gosh, these little like notchy pegs, right, good God, right there. And there's this divoted kind of tray right there in his hood, or ceiling, whatever. You can kind of get those to click in there, so we can hold it like that. Otherwise, the guitar has pegs on each side of it, and there's a big peg hole right there, so you can just kind of click it in right there, and it can hold it like that. So, to turn him back into the robot, you just kind of want to give him a good squeeze and see kind of what separates first. That'll give you a good angle to start kind of prying out some of the other parts. So we'll get, let's see. Alright, so there we go. I got the feet to separate from the ceiling, and then I split the hood there. So I'm just going to do that same spin trick. First turn them like that to kind of open them up. Flip out that toe panel again. And then, finish your flip and your rotate. And bring your kneecap panel down and your toe panel. Same bit for the other leg. Flip, rotate, toe, kneecap. So, there you go. Now we still got them kind of all boxy up here. So, next thing I did was I kind of just pulled these guys and I got them to separate. You should be able to just kind of get these to pop out, make a big nice opening right there. Next, move this bit a little bit up and then just rotate his hips back so that they line up correct with his torso. Make sure you got his shoulders good and wide and out of the way where they need to be. And then you can move this little floppy panel. First just push up. So like when it's at the lower part, don't focus on folding it closed. Focus first on just kind of pushing it up. You'll hear a pretty loud click, and you should be able to just get it to, let's see if I can show it. There's like, it might not. Okay, that's not bad. There's like a couple of little tabs in here. This panel should rest on these tabs. It's not perfect, but it gets pretty close. There we go. So I got him to pop in there. It's a bit of a fight, but it's not too bad. No rumble. And then after you get that bit closed, you can fold up that chest icon bit. this point, you can kind of start positioning his arms, moving them forward out of that flushed, locked up state. Bring out his little hands again. Yay. Yes. A hand. And then bring his face back down. And bam. Not too bad. Pretty quick little guy to transform. With his guitar, he's got peg holes on the inside of his arms where the guitar can just click in there and sit there. The other neat thing about his guitar, because Soundwave has little friend robots that turn into things, so Soundwave has this weird bat guitar monster. So the guitar folds out to look like a bat. Folding it in and out is super simple. If you want to fold it back in, just make sure the wings are good and flush and allows the mechanism to bend like that. And it basically just clicks back together to open it up. Just kind of wiggle and pry it apart, and there you go. 2 seconds, no biggie. The wings move up and down a little bit, nothing too dramatic, and the face kind of rotates, but that's about all the movement you get out of him. One neat thing is that on Soundwave's arm, between like these little speaker looking things, you got these peg holes, and the little bat's feet have those little notches, and you can get him to just sit right on his arm. Oh gosh. If he'll hold his damn arm still. There we go. So. Oh, jeez. There we go. I can't necessarily guarantee the arm joint will be super great at holding up the extra weight of the bat, but when you get it to click in right, the bat does stay in there pretty well, so that's a neat little bit. But yeah, so there you go.